What is up, guys? Gary Oak here today, showing off to you the deck profile of my main deck IRL and my very favorite deck in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh right now, and that is Hermit Yokai or Yosenjus. Um, Now, Yosenjus are an amazing deck in the fact they can run every single floodgate except skill drain in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and they can get away with a lot of dumb shit because of it. So, without further ado, let's check this out. First, they all have the effect of when they're normal summoned. All the commons have the effect. These three right here. That when they're normal summoned, you can normal summon another one as long as it's a different name. And so that means you can go from 2 to 1 to 2, or 2 1 3. Excuse me. However you want to do it. So, and the the reason they have that effect is because at the end phase they all bounce back to hand. That automatically makes the deck a lot stronger because it's all normal summons, so cards like Vanity's Emptiness doesn't stop it, and the bouncing back to hand protects it from stuff like Dark Hole and Regeki. Comma 2 has the ability that it can attack directly, for half damage, so 900 damage, not too bad. Comma 1 is your strongest one. Comma 1 has the ability to bounce one face-up card on the field until the end phase. Comma 3, if you attack directly, you can search out and grab one Yosenju card from deck, add it to hand. And Sujik, well, not if it attacks directly. If a Yosenju deals damage, that's not comma 3. Sujik has the ability that it can increase the attack of one Yosenju monster by 1,000, or be pitched from the hand to increase their attack by 1,000. Next, you can run one Thunder King Ryo, which, if you're unfamiliar with him, he's like Mistake. He stops your opponent from drawing cards. They can't add cards from deck to hand. And it also stops inherent special summons such as Contact, Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz. All in all, very strong card. Needs to stay at 1, but it's a beautiful thing because it's a rank 4 with 1900 booty, and helps shut down a lot of decks. 3 MST, because as much back row as you run, you hate back row. Torrential Tribute and Mirror Force literally tear this deck apart. Either of those happen, and this deck has some serious issues recovering. 3 Fire Formation Tenki, 3 Pot of Duality, and yeah, so these are all Beast Warriors, so Tenki will let you switch them out. Pot of Duality, because it's all normal summons. 1 D-Fissure, because once again it hits Grave, you have no real way of getting it back. And that's out of all the Yosenju support. Like, I've looked at all the Yosenju cards, they have nothing that recovers from Grave. Daigusto Emerald, if I ran it in the extra, would probably be the only viable option. But once again, if I would be after a board wipe, so just making Emerald alone would be a bitch and a half. Anyway, 1 D-Fissure, 1 Book of Moon, 2 of these, 2 Necro Valley, which I actually need to update this profile because you want to run a Gravekeeper's Commandant as well to search out the Necro Valley. Necro Valley is very powerful because, once again, your stuff hits Grave, it stays in Grave, so you can main deck this just to stop your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Dimensional Prisons to banish, 2 Mirror Force, and then all of the one-ofs. Vanities, Torrential, Ring of Destruction, Compulse, Macro, all this fun stuff completely just fucks up your opponent. I have lose a turn at 1 and then 2 extra in the side deck because obviously if your opponent's not special summoning, the effects won't really go off. It's great as a one-of, but you don't have to take it to higher because you don't know if it's a mirror match or not. That's why the other 2 are in the extra. If you are playing budget, which I play budget IRL, you can just replace those with a breakthrough skill and you'd be A-okay. 2 Tiger King, because Tiger King search out Tenki, Tenki search something else out. Honor Arc, too strong. Sky Blaster, too strong. Black Ship of Corn, really good. Ragna Zero, really good. Abyss Dweller, really good. Abyss Dweller has actually won me a match against Necros for topping a tournament. I ended up topping that tournament and winning because of Abyss Dweller. 2 Gaga Cowboys, 2 Dark Rebellions, 2 Utopias. The Utopias I kind of put in there as a joke. The other reason is just because, like I said, all of those bounce back to hand. So if you don't have a Mirror Force or a D-Prison or like anything to deal with potential threats, Utopia actually comes in pretty clutch at certain times. 2 Lightning Chidori because they're all wins and Lightning Chidori's fucking broken. And then for my side, I run the Shinchu-L and the Secret Moves. Secret Moves, their counter trap. Shinchu-L is just a pendulum scale that helps keep them safe. Those 2 cards are very, very powerful for the mirror match. They can be main decked, but I just like running full stun. Triple Upstart, triple Mistake, or triple Mind Crush, triple Mistake, double Lose a Turn. Because the reason I run it that way is because like if I'm playing Ritual Beast, I'm going to want to take out Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, probably TK, yeah, that's probably all I would take out with the Ritual Beast matchup, and add in 2 more Lose turns, and either Secret Move or Shinchu-L, probably Shinchu-L's. But I mean, the beauty of the deck is you can take it apart really easy with the floodgates and rebuild it depending on what you're playing against. Now, the other amazing thing about this deck is it's super budget. This main deck alone, excluding the Lose a Turn, will probably end up costing you about 30 bucks. That's how much it cost me. A friend of mine actually just built this deck a couple weeks ago, and it cost him like, I think he told me 35 or something like that. It's super cheap deck, because these were all the commons out of Secret Forces. Well, not like, because there were no commons in Secret Forces, but these were the common cards in Secret Forces. And then the rest of this is just dirt cheap or staples. The only place where you'll really put in your money is your extra deck. Like Lightning Chidori is still 20, but I don't run that IRL. Utopia's dirt cheap. Dark Rebellion's kind of cheap. Gaga Cowboys will cost you about 5 to 7 bucks. Beast Dweller's $1. The only 2 other things that really cost money are your 101s and your Castels. And then for side deck, the Upstarts. And like I said, the Lose a Turn is a pricey card, but you can replace it with a Breakthrough Skill. Breakthrough Skill's not as good, but it's still pretty damn powerful. But remember, if you guys enjoy this video, to rate the video, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.